Good morning, everybody. This is Jeremy with Easy Logistics Management. Today I wanted to go through with you a few of the new and emerging freight software and rate options that we have available for our clients. We have worked with GlobalTranz for the last 16 years, and that's our primary freight provider. I've owned a GlobalTranz agency for 17 years, but we have been starting to branch out with the new sister company of ours, teaming up with Priority One, and also starting to leverage the rates of our main warehouse and fulfillment provider in New Jersey and Los Angeles. So I kind of wanted to go through each freight software system and rating structure and what the pros and cons of each system are. So let's jump into GlobalTranz. GlobalTranz is out of Phoenix, Arizona. Actually, now they're part of Worldwide Express and Unishippers, which was my last employer in 2008. Now we're all part of the same family. We've been working with them for 16 years, so it's people that I know very well. My team and staff is very used to working with them and the idiosyncrasies of their systems. In general, I would say GlobalTranz is more scalable and robust. They can provide LTL freight shipping solutions, full truckload freight shipping solutions, partial truckload, flatbed, even international in some cases. And in general, they're just built from the ground up to ship freight. So they are definitely my top choice in a lot of ways. They do have tier 1 pricing and discounts, along with Priority One, Echo Global, maybe C.H. Robinson and Freight Quote. So industry leading pricing, obviously negotiated a little bit differently with each carrier because each company does that differently, but certainly top line pricing. And they work with all major and regional carriers. They're always adding carriers, so even like lower cost based regional carriers that you can leverage in your own geographic area can help you, save money and time and get a better price. And then if you need to use the bigger nationwide carriers, they obviously have good discounts with them as well. They have an easy to use online freight management system called GTX Ship now, or Carrier Rate is what it used to be called. That makes it super easy to just log in, see real-time rates, see analytics of the carriers, on-time percentages, damage percentages, things like that, file claims, deal with rebills. And then probably one of the biggest things that we're using now that's emerging is the really robust API freight automation for automating the freight shipping process. And they have fixed integrations that can link to almost all the major e-commerce platforms, Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, where it's literally an app in their ecosystem. You open the app, we get you an account started, we get you the API key code for your account, and it inputs the rates and carriers into your system, so your clients can literally buy their product and see their real-time shipping rates and pay for the products and the shipping at the same time and automate that whole process. You can also connect to your ERP system, accounting software, and basically any other online order management platform that can communicate an API. Moving on to Priority One, again, tier 1 pricing, so industry leading pricing. They have an easy to use freight management system. They do have dynamic real-time pricing, which not all companies do. I don't even think GlobalTranz has that, which allows them to pull more real-time data on carrier pricing, capacity, fuel surcharge, things of that nature. So I think in some cases this allows them to have a better price for the least expensive carrier and more real-time pricing, but I've noticed it most on the least expensive carrier option. They're more focused on LTL. I don't think they really have a robust offering for truckload or partial truckload. And then again, into that dynamic pricing, real-time carrier specific. Oh wait, no. This is something also interesting. The freight management system provides real-time carrier-specific rules and exemptions. Instead of having to drill into the carrier's rules tariff, we have a new client who's a big client, and they're not able to ship with everybody because it's a tobacco-related product. But the Priority One system literally shows them carrier by carrier which carriers will not or will carry that cargo. So they've actually been able to ship with a much lower cost carrier. They were using Old Dominion for most of their shipments, and paying almost triple, but now they're able to use lower cost carriers simply because the software shows them in real time which carriers will and won't carry their commodity that is not carried by every carrier. And then finally, usually have a bit lower cost. I already kind of talked to this for the least expensive carrier options. That's not all the time, but I think probably 30 to 40% of the time. Not that everybody wants to use the lowest cost carrier, but if you're super cost driven, this could be a good option for you. And the software system is super easy to use. We actually really like it. And then our third option, not to say it's our last option, but this is our primary warehouse and fulfillment provider in Los Angeles and New Jersey. They have a density rated pricing software management system with a lot of carriers, actually really good pricing, but it can be good for companies that have higher SKUs and it's complex to classify your freight correctly on the outbound, or maybe distributors who are just shipping a high volume of different products and commodities together. So that can make it a lot easier. All you have to do is weigh and measure your pallets, and it's all based on density for pricing. A lot of the systems are kind of heading this way. You still have to measure and weigh every single pallet, including the pallet, so that can be a little cumbersome too. But if you have a lot of different products that you're shipping commingled, it can make it much simpler. And they actually have really good pricing. It's probably not tier 1, but it can be a great option. Where they really shine probably is because they have coastal warehouses. So you can ship from Los Angeles or New Jersey and much closer to your end customer, and if you're shipping cross country, you can cut that transit time, from 4 to 8 days down to 1 to 3. And if properly set up, generally shipping from these coastal warehouses, we see a 40 to 60% overall logistical cost reduction, and then a little bit of handling at the warehouse level. So if you're spending a lot of money shipping cross country, this can definitely be an awesome option. And we can commingle this any way you want, but sometimes it's nicer if it's all in-house with a 3PL center. They do have API automation flexibility, which is key because they have in-house programmers. So if you want to program their freight system into your system, if you want to program their UPS rates into your shipping system, or if you want to connect, they also connect to all the major online sales channels, Walmart.com, Amazon.com, Shopify, WooCommerce, you name it really. And if they don't have a fixed integration, they have programmers in-house that can actually help you do that for an hourly rate, which is awesome because we don't really have that within the other companies. It's something that we just have to outsource if need be. I mean, fixed integrations are awesome, but if you need something custom, they're definitely willing to do it. And we're actually starting to do it too with all the companies. But yeah, 3 great freight options. If you don't think you're getting the best rates or the best service, or you don't have an easy to use online solution, or you're using 5 different carriers and it's driving you crazy, these are definitely things that we grapple with every day. We've been doing this for almost 20 years, 16 in business for ourselves. So it would be something I would be more than willing to have a short meeting with you about, drill into your current process and see if we have some better options or see if we can make some suggestions. So I hope you're having an awesome week. Give me a call. I'd be happy to meet with you, and let's talk soon.